more incisive information, and we also take a look at issues that trended during the week. The program is National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Mazio Dogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Mazio Dogu. All right, basically what we do on this program is we look at issues that concerns the people and also that concerns governance. And this morning we'll be dwelling on issues that are arising on security matters and the activities of non-state actors in Nigeria. Yes, the activities have been surprisingly or increasing in recent times. If we take a look at this month alone, it has actually exposed the deepening, security challenges that Nigerians are experiencing. Basically, if you go to rural areas, it seems as though they are vulnerable to these attacks from non-state actors. It seems as though they have intensified their activities on rural communities that seems to be, lacks protection, that seems to be ungoverned. And there have also been some attacks on security forces. Yes, let's not forget that. These are some of the issues we'll be looking at this morning. From insurgent operations in the northeast to banditry, kidnapping, and various emerging armed groups in the northwest and also in the middle belt, this month alone has seen, persistent threats to lives, to livelihood, and also to national stability. And this development has also continued to test Nigeria's security architecture and the regional cooperation efforts that is ongoing to reduce insecurity in Nigeria. But in all this, we shouldn't remove the efforts of the government. We shouldn't negate the efforts of the government in improving national security, despite the presence of ungoverned areas, despite the presence of insecurity in some areas. The government is also trying its best and its efforts to stem the tides. And there are various efforts that have been employed through various innovative and, collaborative strategies to improve security. Now, the Nigerian Armed Forces, combination of the Nigerian Army, Air Force, and, what have you, have reported that they've intensified multiple, theater of operations, neutralizing several terrorist commanders, arresting hundreds of suspects, and rescuing those that have been abducted. But despite all these efforts, it seems as though there are still complaints in some areas. We'll come down to Kwara State but later on, but let's take a look at Nigeria as a whole. Do you think that the government's efforts in reducing or stemming the tides of insecurity in Nigeria is actually, amounting to something tangible? These are the questions we are asking. But, let's also talk about the move by the government or the proposal to integrate retired military personnel into the Nigeria's security, framework. How can they help? How can these retirees or these veterans help in ensuring that the nation's security framework is, is strong? And this move aims at, leveraging on their experience, their local knowledge to help to secure all those areas that are known as unguarded or hard to reach areas in various parts of the country. Now, what is expected from these individuals or from the veterans? They are expected to strengthen intelligence gathering. Let's not forget that. Many people will say that these people are old, meant to be enjoying their pensions or gratuities, but why do they want to stress them? But majorly what they are being incorporated for is to strengthen intelligence gathering and to also support the security forces that seems to be overstretched. These are the basic, fundamental responsibilities of these veterans that the federal government is trying to incorporate into the nation's security setup. What do you make of this move by the government? The number to call is 0913 655 6952. 0913 655 6952. All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nedu.
Good morning.
God bless you. This is Godwin from that journey.
You're welcome.
We see that the government is trying.
Okay.
As they are trying, the same thing, Boko Haram, they are trying to kill again. Which is which? You see what happened now? Borno yesterday. 5 soldiers, trained soldiers, being killed with others, making 20. We are waiting to see that the federal government say they are trying. They say that America gave us these materials to cope this situation. Where are the materials now? But if they use Nedu, you see, let us be this fact. We don't know which is which. They say that this military, they are dying every day. The highest for that matter of security for this nation. They always kill them. Where are we? Let us speak truth to know where we are. Things are getting worse and worse. Every day, killing. Say they are trying. Your son go to school today. Say try.
So you don't believe that the government is trying, Mr.
The government is trying. Look at me now. Know that they are not trying until they achieve their goal. Look at me now. When this goal goes, that's the end.
All right.
You can never call it back.
All right. Let's permit others to add their own contributions. Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin. Yes, just like Mr. Godwin, I know many other people will have various opinions concerning the efforts of the government. But the question, let's not try to stretch the whole situation. What we are looking for is a way forward, and also to address the efforts of the government. Are they really trying? In what ways do they need to improve? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bamdelege.
Thank you very much, Nedu.
Yes, you're welcome.
You, my friend. Body is saying government is not done. But their best is not even good enough. So you can see killing, kidnappings still going on. It means they are not doing anything.
Okay.
It's not a matter of bringing back direct details. That's not the solution. Technology can help them. Then if you want to, why not recruit new members? People who are really interested, who have passion for military jobs. Most of the retirees, the Nigerian, unless those high cadre officers, they are frustrated of non-payment of pension, non-payment of arrears, and so many other reasons. So what we need most, the first one I continue to say is the political will. Let there be political will to end this nonsense.
Okay.
Then secondly, technology. America is giving us, we can even allow America to help us to wipe out this group. Then Nigeria's security can take over. I think that will be better.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Bamidelege, for your contribution. You're still listening to National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. And this morning, we are taking a look at Nigeria's security situation as issues concerning insecurity has been arising. And we'll also be taking a look at activities of non-state actors. Let's take one more call. You can also drop your message via WhatsApp on 09136556864. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
This is Dr. Lanre Okiki.
All right.
Exponent calling from Okorie.
All right. Please go ahead.
May God bless you abundantly.
Thank you.
I want to talk brief on insecurity situation in Nigeria.
Okay.
So around this time, we didn't need any security chiefs to come and help us. The causes of insecurity in Nigeria are this: insincere, injustice, indiscipline, pardoning of criminals. So justice delayed, which is justice denied, and corruption, which is the root cause of every problem. If we address all these issues, our security issue
so we'll be all right as we want it. These are our mistakes. So these are our lapses. Insincere, injustice, indiscipline, felony of criminals, justice delayed, and corruption, which is the root cause of everything. If we can address this, so everything will be all right. Dr. Larry Okiki, student from Itakure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Larry Okiki, for your contribution. And I've got this message here. Well, I'll be connecting with my guests very soon, shortly, but let's take a look at some messages. All right, this one says, good morning, Diamond FM. Francis from Olunlade. The government is not trying. Let's be sincere. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Declare a state of emergency on security for over how many years? We have been hearing of various killings. Can we even be serious in this country for once? They know these people. They know the sponsors. Why not attack the problem from the roots rather than the middle? Thank you so much, Francis from Olunlade. All right, still taking reactions. Before we move on to other segments of the program, we also have various issues to discuss. We'll be taking a look at the cooperation between the United States and Nigeria as regards the security situation. And we'll also talk about the concerns raised by the Senate concerning the interference of the U.S. military, as well as the emergence of other non-state actors in different parts of the country. We'll be looking at all this, but first, we have to go on a commercial break. And when we come back, I'll be introducing my guest, who will be discussing extensively on this issues. Well, my guest is also a security personnel who is well-versed and he's a professional in the aspect of security. We'll be dwelling on these issues. This is National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. I'll be right back.
Energy drink, don't mara coffee, Merocani, mo velura kara kọfẹ Meroka ondara kamani lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ nínú mọ́tò tó bá ti fẹ́ máa rẹ ni Meroka ni ó já sómi velura kápára dé o Meroka o Meroka energy drink yìí máa dára ó jágere lọ́nà fún tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú Meroka energy drink yìí máa dára. Meroka agbára gbàngàn. Agbára tó jagbára lọ. Energy drink lọ́gán tó bá wọnú ara. Agbára ti dé. Àjọ NAFDAC kì í jẹ ló ń tẹ̀. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Lédè ká pọ̀ oògùn òyìnbó tó yí pharmaceutical ló gbé jáde. Meroka energy drink yìí máa dára.
Exotic hotel yàtọ̀ gédégédé láwùjọ àwọn ilé ìtura. Ṣé ti ìlànà ìkíni káàbọ̀ wa ní ká sọ ni? Àbí ti yàrá wa tí ó kún fọ́fọ́ fún gbogbo ohun èlò tí ẹ nílò láti gbafẹ́. Ó sì tún ní ààyè tí ó fẹ̀ dáradára. Ẹ wá jẹ̀gbádùn àwọn oúnjẹ aládìídùn tó wà lọ́sẹ̀ tó mọ́kú tó pọ̀bẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú ìlànà oúnjẹ bùrú fúnra rẹ̀ buffet láràárọ̀. Àwọn ààyè ìgbafẹ́ wa ń kọ́ bíi lobby bar níbi tí a ó tún ti máa ṣe àṣálẹ̀ karaoke lálálẹ́ Friday. Bákan náà ni a ní VIP àti VVIP lounge fún èèyàn ọ̀tọ̀kùlú ìlú. Ọgbà tí ẹ ti lè wẹ̀ bí ó mú wẹ̀ poolside. Ó tún bẹ ní ilé ìtura Wingate Exotic. Àwọn gbọ̀ngàn ìṣayẹyẹ yóò gba ọ̀pọ̀ èrò tún bẹ ní ilé ìtura tiwa. Ìdí rèé ní ilé ìtura Wingate Exotic Hotel tó fi jẹ́ ilé ìtura onírò márùn-ún. Ètò ààbò tó dájú tún bẹ ní ilé ìtura Wingate Exotic. A wà ní kìlómítà 10 University of Ilorin Road nítòsí Àjànàkú bus stop Ìlọrin, Kwara State, Nigeria.
Wingate Exotic
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
All right, you're welcome back from that commercial break. It's still Diamond 88.7 FM, your shining supreme station and the best, actually, in the city of Ilorin. And the program is National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. This morning, we're taking a look at the issues that are rising concerning insecurity in Nigeria and the activities of non-state actors, as well as the activities of government in stemming the tides of insecurity in Nigeria. Remember, when we talk about insecurity, we're taking a look at kidnapping, banditry, killings, and every other forms of activities that makes the lives of Nigerians unsafe. This is actually what we're looking at. And to discuss these issues this morning, I'm being joined by a security operative as well as the director, Eagle Eye Security Consulting. Is also the ACG, a retired ACG from the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. That's talking about Alhaji Taye Olowo. Alhaji, a very wonderful morning to you.
Nedu, good morning.
All right. All right. It's a pleasure having you as well. All right, Alhaji, you're welcome into the studio. Let's take a look at, let's assess Nigeria's security situation. That is looking at it from different angles, from the angle of Nigeria's democracy and also in comparison with other African countries. Many would say that Nigeria is even trying compared to some other countries that don't experience democracy, where they have despots as their leaders. But how would you assess Nigeria's security situation at the moment, briefly, in just 5 minutes?
Firstly, I'm very happy being here this morning.
Thank you.
To dissect our security trajectory for some years back. Before I go on, I want to appreciate the government, both at the national and the state level, at the federal and the state level, and our federal security agencies, for doing a good job in ensuring that Nigeria were able to maintain peace and to fight insurgency, because it's quite overwhelming. When you look at the trajectory of security in Nigeria in the last 20 years or thereabout, it has been very, very overwhelming. And people like us that are coming from the terrain, we know where this food pinches. And that is why I said I want to give kudos to the federal government and the state government and our federal security agencies, the military, the civil defense, the police, the DSS. They are doing a human job.
Okay.
I know when you compare Nigeria with other non-democratic countries, you see we are still faring well. But it's just that, you see, this issue of non-state actors we are talking about, people are behind their funding. People are giving them lever to be able to do whatever they are doing. And this has become a major problem in this country. And that's why I used to say that Nigeria is a collective project. And security is a business of everybody.
Yes.
It cannot be left to an individual alone. When the government is doing its own part, we, the individuals too, we need to do our own part. So far so good. I want to score the government above 80 in terms of security. Because, like I told you, I'm coming from that side of the divide, and we have seen it all. But we thank God that so far so good, we are still being able to keep Nigeria as one. That is very, very important. We should always appreciate that. But then, you see, with sincerity of purpose and with assistance from you and me, we'll be able to fight this insurgency more, because it's becoming too much, especially the activities of the non-state actors. And, you know, they are now thriving in ungoverned areas. That is the villages and around us. And that is why it has become very difficult, because these places are ungoverned. There are no statutory security agencies present there. But we thank God that the moment such thing, rear its ugly head, the government is always, doing something so as to stem the tide. So that is how far I can go.
All right. Thank you so much for your submission. Just like you've scored Nigeria over 80 in terms of maintaining democracy and also trying to stem the tides, there are varying different opinions concerning this. But let's take a look at the approach of the government in incorporating retired military personnel into Nigeria's security framework, that is the veterans, into had to reach areas. What is your thought about this?
You see, it's a very good one. Like I said, I have retired from service.
Yes.
But that blood is still in me to continue to work. And that is why I'm floating a security outfit.
Okay.
So that I'll be able to contribute more to the security architecture of the country. You see, if we bring in veterans, the better, because many of us are experienced.
Okay.
It is when we are about to divulge that experience to the rank and file that we get retired. But if you can bring us on board again, we are experienced. We'll be able to carry the young ones along. We'll be able to tutor them on how much to fight this issue of insecurity. So if people like us are brought back to the service, definitely we'll be able to impact well on the generality of the rank and file. Because the security job is about experience. You know, if you are like I said, it is when we are about to begin to do this good work that we get retired. But definitely we don't want to die in service. We want to retire.
Of course.
But if people are brought back, those that are interested,
Yes.
it's not by force. They can make it open. If you're interested to come back, you come back. And there should be a good welfare package. This is very, very important too. And if you ask veterans to come back and you are not giving them a good package, they will not be happy to do the job. But you bring them back and you give them good package, definitely they'll be good to go. They'll be able to do the job well.
Okay.
So that is very, very important.
Well, we just, since it's a voluntary call for the veterans, and you have rightly said, and many other people have also said that their experience is well needed. It's very important, and it's also a good move. We just hope that their welfare will be addressed, and also not just their welfare, the welfare of those who are there at the moment. But let's move on to the cooperation between the United States and Nigeria. We've heard reports. We've heard from the United States president threatening that military action will be taken if the tides is not stemmed to at least the barest minimum. And they also went further to launch an onslaught against these non-state actors. So what do you think about it? Because concerns were raised by the Senate over this, action allegedly carried out without legislative consent. This is according to some senators. Some lawmakers are insisting that any foreign security operation on Nigerian soil must comply with constitutional provisions. And they also said that the National Assembly must be consulted, must give approval before anything goes on the soil. But the question here is, with the security challenges in Nigeria, or that Nigerians are experiencing, is due process very important? Some say bypassing due process could actually undermine Nigeria's sovereignty. What do you make of that?
You see, sometimes when you want to take action on a thing, it depends on how the thing comes. To me, the various security challenges we have in the country does not need any due process. If really people that are coming to over assistance are genuine people. And so far so good, what America has done, to me, is a very good thing. Now, by the time you begin to wait for legislative action on that will lead to waste of time. And when you do that, there will be a lot of damages before the needed things is done. So to me, they have now signed a pact with Nigeria, that is Joint Security Working Group, to see that America really come on board and assist Nigeria. And so far so good, we have seen what they have done. So it's highly commendable.
Okay.
If you can sustain that, it's a very good one. But if the legislative arms are now saying that it doesn't follow due process, I don't think it needs to follow due process, because it's a very urgent action, and it's an urgent problem, and an urgent action is needed. To me, I don't think there's any need for that. We shouldn't make a noise about that. What is important is that if American is coming in, would they be able to really do what we want them to do? That is by way of trying to end the activities of the non-state actors. But it's quite overwhelming what they are doing. And so far so good, though it's not as if our security agents are not trying, but there's nothing bad in seeking foreign assistance if it will be of benefit to you and me. And what American has done, what they've done in recent time, they have decimated a lot of activities of these non-state actors. So if they are talking about legislation, I don't think it's very important this time around.
Well, there are others who have the school of thought that this move or this pact with the United States might be categorized as some sort of will I say imperialism or neocolonialism? Because it's actually a test to Nigerians' democracy and independence, if we can put it that way. They are saying check countries like Libya, like Afghanistan, where the United States intervened. Some are saying that they are still trying to recover as a result of their intervention. What do you have to say about that?
You see, all this while, so many people have been calling for foreign intervention in our security architecture because they believe that we have not been able to really stem the tide of insurgency activities. Now, you see, you don't have to start to look at that variables of saying neocolonialism or imperialism. What is important is that Nigeria, we want peace. We need peace in Nigeria. So if America is now coming to tell us that they can assist us, fine, let them go ahead. Nigeria is a foreign country, and we have what it takes to defend ourselves. It's just that there's nothing bad in allowing a foreign country to come and assist us. But if anybody is now saying that it will lead to neocolonialism, let's wait and see.
But nothing goes for nothing.
Yes, nothing goes for nothing. At that I'm saying, let's wait and see. Nothing goes for nothing. But I want to believe that if Americans coming is not genuine, Nigeria has the rights to call their bluff when the times come. But let us give them the benefit of the doubt. Let them come in and assist us and see what happens at the end of the day.
All right.
So if we are now talking about leading to repair, then I won't be able to solve the problem in all its entirety. The government has tried, right? Our security agencies has tried. But then this thing keep on festering. That means we still need some support from some people. So if we are now bringing in all those variables of neocolonialism, imperialism, to me, I don't think we need to be doing that now. What is important is that Nigeria wants peace. We want an end to this insurgency. Kidnapping, insurgency activities, banditry is just becoming too much. Look at what is happening in Kwara State here. Because of these activities, it has affected our educational development system here because many schools have been closed down. And in fact, I want to talk about that. You see,
well, I think before we talk about that, let's at least permit people to air their thoughts concerning what we've discussed on before we move on to, because we're still coming down to Kwara State eventually, and we'll look at how the Kwara State government is also, carrying out various efforts in stemming the tides. The number to call is 09136556952. The WhatsApp line is also open, 09136556864. We are live right now on YouTube at Diamond FM Ilorin. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle.
Yes, please.
Good morning, the great. Happy weekend to you with great mercy.
Thank you.
By grace of God. Prophetess Ayodele on the line.
Thank you.
The government is right. We need to greet them. And this present government, they inherit this insecurity issue. This is not started during his own time. It's there before this new president. But the solution, they should try to know how to stop corruption. They must give the local government chairman free hand to work. And they must introduce this one to traditional rulers. There must be enough employment for our youth. And the city chairman must carry the youth along too for this security issue.
All right.
All the SASI chief, retired not tired, must be called back. Yes. And they should stop unnecessary spending on this nation. It's too much. Because some money is not to last well for the main purpose.
All right.
This is from the solution. And those security agents must be taking good care, like those politicians.
All right.
They must take good care of them. Well done.
Thank you so much, Prophetess Ayodele, for your contribution. Keep your calls coming in, 09136556952. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please kindly turn down the volume of your radio set or move very far away.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, may God bless your guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really hitting at the pool. And to me, you people do not like some talk, even not. Do you know Boko Haram was caught in one of the senator house? Boko Haram in law was caught in one of the senator house. These people are not helping the matter. The due process when people are dying. So there's nothing bad in America helping us.
All right.
Are you with me?
All right.
Nothing bad in their helping us. Due process, they will take 6 months to go on tea break, and people are dying.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm You're
welcome back, sir.
Yeah. Your guest, as usual. You didn't disappoint. I think what should concern all Nigerians now is this issue of insecurity, not even issue of politics. Politicians are taking now. I don't want to, look like I see I'm trying to attack one side of the government. But you can see some ministers leaving their posts, going to their states to organize the rally. That is not the issue now. Insecurity is very, very clear. Nobody is safe in the country. So, America, we don't need to reach them. They are helping us free of charge. There's nothing unusual about that. When something is above you, you call somebody to help you. Let them. These people, I mean, unless I'm not the capability of Nigeria security, it's not in doubt. They are happy, but the political will is not there. It's not as much as it's supposed to be. Number one. Number two is we need technology. These people, they are not just in one place. They are here, they are there, they are in many states. And the issue of state government or the villages negotiating with the bandits should be stopped. Federal government should speak about this thing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bamdelege, for your contribution. All right, quickly, let's take a look at the activities of these non-state actors in various parts of the country. In the northeast, we have Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgents. Northwest as well, bandits and kidnapping groups. North Central, we have communal and armed heather clashes going on. In the southeast, we also have the separatist-linked IPOB armed group. Even in the south, we have militants and oil theft networks operating. So it's like we have pockets of insurgency operating in various parts of the nation. But to address these issues, let's look at the issue of attacking insecurity from the local level. Let's talk about the concept of state police and why it is still delaying, or your position concerning state policing and attacking insurgents from the local level. Now, let's also link it with what is going on in the southeast right now, particularly in Anambra State, where the state governor is insisting that the Monday sit-at-home in honor of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, must stop. And also the dialogue that has been going on between the governor and the people concerning the main market, the Onitsha main market, that was shut down for 1 week as a result of the disobedience of the people not to honor the Monday sit-at-home. What do you have to say concerning these issues I've highlighted right now?
You see, the activities of non-state actors, especially the violent ones.
Yes.
Because there are some of them that are not violent.
Okay.
But you see, the likes of the ISWAP, Boko Haram, and the one you have in the north and the southeast, yes, IPOB, and the MOSOP in the south are creating a lot of problems. You see, I work in Abia for 2 good years. Every Monday, you don't dare go out. If you go out, you are on your own. But when you look at these things, who are the people that are affected? It is the masses that are always at the receiving end. And a government, that's what it's thought, we should be able to tackle the activities of non-state actors. Because we have what it takes. We have the statutory security agencies that need to tackle this. But you see, when you are afraid and you are not ready to hold the bull by the horn, this is the kind of thing we have. What Soludo has done is quite commendable. He has called their bluff. And that is to tell you that it's going to be an eye for an eye. If you want to disturb the peace of the land, then the government will come out with you with full force to ensure that you didn't cause any breakdown of law and order among the citizenry. So what Soludo has done is quite commendable. We try to commend him. And if that action is not taken, this thing will continue. And these non-terrorist actors will think that they are very powerful, and whereas they are not. So if any other government can stand up and face them wholeheartedly, then they will sheath their sword. And that is to tell you that if they are met eye for an eye, then this thing will come down. And that's why I don't believe they are in their attitude of trying to negotiate with bandits. How can you negotiate with criminals? It is not done in anywhere. Because you have what it takes to tackle their activities. But if you are now negotiating with them, what are you telling us? What are you telling people like you and me? Are you telling us that we should go and get our own arms and defend ourselves, or what? It is not the best thing to be done. I know this activity of non-actor is now being pronounced more in the villages. It is because they have discovered that is the activity, that is insurgency, to tell you. That is terrorism, because they want to instill fear into the people. And they now see that the government activities, the security agencies are more pronounced in the cities and towns, and that's why they have not gone back to the villages. And that is to tell you, that we need to do more. The government needs to start to deploy armed men to these villages. And one important thing I want to tell you, which has always been a bane of part of the problem we're having in the security architecture of the country, is intelligence. Intelligence is capital intensive. All these nonsense that we are talking, they are spending much money on gathering intelligence. They can go to any land to gather intelligence. So if we are ready, if the government, the various local government, you need to look for people that will give you intelligence. I will tell you what happened when I was in Yobe.
Okay.
At the peak of Boko Haram. At a point, we discovered that despite all that we're doing, these criminals still get intelligence. And that's why they could lay ambush for security agencies. So we now held the meeting on how to stem the tide. We now discovered that in the villages, we have youths who are living in the villages. And we have the traditional rulers. Then what did we do? We called them for a meeting. We now bought them mobile phone. Okay. We identify some youths within every villages where there is this, where it's not in every place. We did our risk assessment. Okay. We now discovered that there are some villages that are more prone to attack. There are those places we look for their youth. Decided that we now put them mobile phone. All right. We link them with the state government and with the federal security agencies. When we did that, we begin to get good intelligence. I want to tell you here, I feel bold to say it here, that the Dapchi attack that happened in April 2018 or thereabout, it was through this system that we were able to get the information. It's just that it was unfortunate that before we could, before we could mobilize all the security agencies, the harm had been done. But we got intelligence through this local people that we recruited. So that is very important too, if we want to do it in Kwara State. Okay. I think the government is trying to convoke a security summit. When this thing is done, people like us will go there and offer advice. You see, all we need to do, all these villages where this thing is happening, it's a way of trying to identify the youth leader in those places and the traditional ruler, buy them phone line, give them good money, link them with the state security agencies, and you see that there will be improvement. Because all this, you see, they don't just come from the blues. They too are getting intelligence. If somebody now who is not from here now come here today, before 1 week, he will do a reconnaissance. He will get to know the nooks and crannies of this place. He spend money on it. Otherwise, how did these people get to know the terrain where this kidnapping is taking place? And they're not from there.
I'm really glad you're talking about the rural areas that seems to be vulnerable. But still in these rural areas, we've also gotten reports of some individuals in some of the communities holding negotiations and talks with bandit leaders, negotiating their peace, negotiating their safety. What do you have to say about that? Because you're saying that they should be employed to give information or to give intelligence to security operatives. What if they turn around out of fear and give the same information to insurgents? What do you have to say about that?
You see, and that is why the government needs to come in. Because it's because of fear. That's why they are negotiating with all these bandit leaders. Because they have not been allowed to go to their farm to do their farming activities. They know they will come. But the moment they see that the government is now serious about it, the moment they see that there's a new way of trying to gather intelligence and to take action, definitely they will stop doing that. Because if they are doing that now, we need to give them confidence. And how do we do this? Call them to a meeting. This thing you are doing, don't do it. The government will try to ensure that we guarantee your safety. We're having a plan on ground. Because for how long are you going to begin to negotiate with bandits? It is very wrong. So, and that sends a signal to the government that we need to move more to these villages so as to allay their fear. If we don't do this, then for how long are we going to be negotiating with bandits? I don't support that. It should be an eye for an eye. If they have refused to sheath their sword, then the government should be out to stem the tide of all these activities. And how do we do it? With sincerity of purpose, with honesty. Now, you see, we talk about state policing. I don't think there's any need for any state police. What we have on ground is enough to carry out all these activities. All we need is just to build their capacity of the assistant security agencies, provide them with logistics that they will work with. Many of the policemen we have and civil defense officers we have, many of them, they rank and file, they work within their localities. So they know the terrain very well. If we are now talking about state police, it's creating a police system. It's very capital intensive. What we need is let's make do with what we have on ground.
All right.
If we are sincere, we'll be able to police the length and breadth of the state.
Wow. Okay, please go on.
And you see, closing of school because of this insurgency, it's not the best thing to be done.
Okay.
Because it does appear that we are being warned by that means these people are having their ways. It shouldn't be. Rather, what I want the government to do in this case, like I will still tell you what we did in Yobe. Now, Kwara South is witnessing more of these insurgency activities, right? Now, let the government sit down with security agencies. That's why they need veterans like us. Let us look for security-prone areas. All these areas, where exactly are all these attacks happening? Take an inventory of all these places. Then you now do a kind of safe school deployment. In Yobe State, after the Dapshil attack, the then Minister of Interior, Dan Bashir, came to Yobe with a federal government investigation panel. When they come, after the civil defense, myself, after I gave my report, the Commissioner of Police gave his own report. The minister now ordered us that we should identify attack-prone school and send our officers there to guard that. That is how Safe School initiative began. It began with civil defense. Let the state government do the same thing. Identify these schools. Now post officers there to serve as guard. Build a watchtower. If you build watchtower where they will be able to watch afar if there's any impending attack. This is the best thing to do. But closing school will not help the matters. That is that you are telling the insurgents that they are more powerful than you. So it's a thing of trying to put in place security measures that we ward them away. And that's the best thing. Identify the schools that are security prone, then deploy officers there. If the state government go to civil defense, already they have a safe school initiative department where they will just post armed men to all these schools. That's why it's better than closing down the school. For how long are you going to close down the school? For how long? It is not the best thing to be done.
All right. You've spoken so well, especially concerning Kwara State, our home state, and the government, in a bid to ensure the safety of people, have actually closed down the school, and you've spoken well on it and given your own security and expertise on how to tackle this. But we also have some other areas that seem to be prone to insecurity. In these prone areas, we have schools, quite all right. What about marketplaces, church gatherings? Should this same initiative you've highlighted be applied in these areas as well?
Exactly. That is the best thing to be done. You see, we know that markets, worship places, that is churches and mosques, they are prone to attack.
Yes.
In the churches, it's always on Sunday. There will be more congregation. But in the mosque, it's every time affair.
Yes.
When you look at all these mosques that are prone to attack, post officers there to guard the place. And you see, the attack from the non-state actor will reduce. But if you begin to negotiate with them, they'll feel very important. That after all, we have done this and the government is now calling on us. We should stop that. That is the best way to handle all this situation.
All right. You're still listening to National Affairs on your shining supreme station with Nedu Okorie. And I've been speaking with Alhaji Tayo Lowo. He's a security expert and consultant, and also a retired security personnel from the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. You can also start dropping your messages and contributions. We have to go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation, and we'll also take reactions from you Don't forget the number to call is 0913-655-6952. I'll be right back.
Dìde kára ó lè. Dìde kára ó lè. Ó yá lé dànù orí fífọ́ lé dànù ara ríro lé dànù tútù ibà lé dànù. For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Dìde kára ó lè kó.
Sọ pé ẹ̀kọ́ ní òtútù yìí bàtà rẹ̀ o kí wọ́n kálu gbó wọ́n tà. Kára ó lè ti dé o. Báwọlé ní tẹ̀lé àkọwọ́lẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ kan. Koríko tẹ̀lé bá ti tẹ̀ òtún gbérí mọ́. Dìde kára ó lè lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀lú ìrúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra jájájá. Àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀kọ́ ní òtútù yìí bàtà rẹ̀ nílò lágọ̀ọ́ ara. Kàṣàkàṣà knockout agbára ju agbára lọ. Dìde kára ó lè jagunla bí olùgbòǹgbò gàjà tó ara jà tó ketílẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlúra ká ẹgbà. To Yield Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká gbóògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Bára rẹ̀ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Má ṣàfihàn o, kàn sí dókítà rẹ̀.
Tune in to Brilliant, Diamond 88.7 FM. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 88.7 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you're welcome back from that commercial break. You're still listening to your shining supreme station, Diamond 88.7 FM. Well, the program National Affairs, where we are highlighting and analyzing issues that concerns insecurity in our nation. Well, let's take reactions before we continue. And don't forget, I'm still being joined by Alhaji Tayolo, a security expert who has been dissecting these issues. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Nedu, God bless you.
You're welcome back, Mr. Godwin. Thank you.
Thank you for that journey. What happens is that the federal government proposes Oga, that's the government. Listen to me very well because you will soon go back to Abuja. So sit down here, go and help us here for God's sake. What I'm going to tell you now, federal government, they promise us that they mention the sponsor of these people. Up till now, this is started from late Buhari. They didn't mention their names up to today, which is very dangerous. Mention their names. And secondly, their supporters. Write them up when you have known them. And I'm appealing to government, federal government, they should stop the state governors that are pardon, give them people pardon, which is totally dangerous. People are parents, and you see that you are still pardoning them, which means you are encouraging them to do more. They will leave your state. They will go to another state to go and kill, which is very dangerous for God's sake. And my child, be given to us by America. They should use it judiciously. I'm begging this our security people. No more secrets among you people again. No more secrets. Yes, very important. No more secrets.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin, for your contribution. All right, this message is from Ola from Airport. Ola says, good morning. To someone whose family members kidnapped, government is not trying. The only solution is for the government to adopt technology, collaborate with foreign countries. Can't the whole Nigeria be on satellite and the movement of these criminals can be spotted? Is it so difficult if America can pick up a president of a country in his lodge? I don't believe any criminal can hide. But because of no direct family members of these politicians are kidnapped, that is why they handle with kid glove. It says, go to Osi, Omuaran, Igbaja, and ask the villagers. It is very saddening. Thank you so much for that contribution, Ola from Airport. All right, keep it coming. 0913-655-6952. This message says, good morning, Diamond FM. Does it mean that the National Assembly is not aware that Nigerians are being killed on a daily basis? What have they done since the escalation of insecurity in Nigeria? Are they making laws for the dead or for the living? God help this country. All right, despite the fact that we are airing our opinion and our grievances, what we are asking for is a way forward. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben from Itelekpa. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Isa from Ilori.
You're welcome, Mr. Isa.
Thank you so much. I say, when we are talking of the security, we should also look at the community affected, their involvement. Most of the people that government are arresting are people from this community. There is internal problem. How do we solve that? We are talking of technology. We are talking of the effort. What about the internal problem? The people that are aiding these people among the people, what are we going to do about them? They are one of that the greatest problem I think the government is having. It's not killing these people that is the main problem now. But what about the internal people that are feeding these people? How are they going to be? Is there any technology to discover them? If they are not discovered, then we still have a problem. That's my contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Issa, for your contribution. Now, one last thing we need to touch on very briefly, probably in 1 or 2 minutes, is this idea or this notion that many individuals have raised concerning some individuals in government, even in the security circle, being offering some form of assistance or being sponsors of these insurgents. What do you have to say about that, and how can that issue, not just the narrative, how can the issue be tackled?
You see, in every situation, there will always be bad eggs. There are moles, even among the security agencies. We have seen cases whereby officers have been arrested going to supply food to bandits in the bush. We have seen where officers are arrested with catcher of arms taken to the bandits. That will tell you there are moles among security, there are sellouts among them.
Yeah.
Then again, you see, we have seen evidence in the past to show that politicians are really behind, some of them allegedly are sponsoring these people. We have seen cases whereby some individuals have been identified as being Boko Haram sponsors. But at the end of the day, nothing has happened to them. And you see, when you are doing this, you are only allowing bad things to be happening. We have seen cases whereby people have been arrested and they have been linked one way or the other to the Boko Haram, but nothing has happened to them. Maybe because they are well placed in society, they are big men or what have you. So, but you see, the best way out of what is that anybody that is caught in the act, let them face the full wrath of the law. There shouldn't be any sacred cow. By the time you begin to allow sacred cow, then this thing will continue to fester. Anybody that is caught in the act, be you a senator, be you whatever your stand in society, the moment they allow the law to take its course, there will be improvement, because we know it's no longer business as usual. We have seen senators being linked to them. We have seen governors being linked to them. We have seen private individuals. I would not want to mention them here for security reasons. But what has happened to them? Nothing has happened to them. But definitely, if we must end all these issues, anybody that is in court, let the law take its course, because nobody is bigger than the law. The law of Nigeria is bigger than an individual. But when you don't allow this law to take its course on offenders, they will continue to do it. And you see, surprisingly, you see little boys going to the market to steal. Before you know it, the court will come up and they will just such a person. But if it's an high-profile one, it can even linger for years. And at the end of the day, nobody will hear anything about it again. So these are the real problems we are facing. The judiciary should please assist Nigeria. Anybody that is caught in the act, let them face the full wrath of it. Because if you allow criminals to go unpunished, then the security agents that are making the arrest, they will not be encouraged to do their job, because they know if an arrest is
it will also embolden other criminals.
The other criminal that after all, if you spend money, they will allow you to go. But when you don't know that, when you are caught in the act, you are made to face the full wrath of the law, people will definitely stop all these activities.
We have to call it a day at this point. But this last message, when people air their opinion, there are always various different other opinions that counter some narrative. But this one, Tolu Lokwe from Ilorin, he says this morning, he says it in Nigerian parlance, I do not gbadun your guests this morning at all. I thought he's a former military personnel or security personnel. It says, where's intervening in our security issue without due process is a security issue itself. Due process doesn't have to be bureaucratic. It can be achieved with the necessary speed based on the issue of urgent national importance, but it is very necessary. We should be brought up to, okay, all right. It says, let's consider the long-term effect of such intervention. Well, everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion, but one thing we need to understand is that the sovereignty of Nigeria, we just hope that it shouldn't be tested. That is what we should be grateful for Nigeria's democracy and sovereignty. Well, I really appreciate you, Alhaji Taye, for coming this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your wealth of experience and knowledge. We hope to have you many other times. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right. This is where we'll be on today's edition of National Affairs. My name is Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Mazio Dogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Mazio Dogu. A very wonderful